Grandma's off to the movies again.
Yes.
This time she's going to see something called Last Christmas. We don't know anything about this movie other than it's Christmas, I guess.
Has to be.
It does have Emilia Clarke in it. It does have Henry Golding in it. And, you know, one would think, you know, romance ensues. But, you know, romance, Christmas time, all that sort of stuff. You know, we'll have to see it, whether this is any good and whether Grandma likes it. We'll have to find out.
We're going to.
I really enjoyed our walk today.
Ditto.
Would you like to repeat the experience?
Would you like to give me your number?
I don't have a phone.
Oh my God, I was just beginning to think you're not as weird as you look.
Well, hello everyone, back again. Grandma's back in the movies once more. This time we went to a preview showing of Last Christmas, starring Emilia Clarke and Henry Golding. Henry Golding of Crazy Rich Asians, Emilia Clarke of Game of Thrones, if you've seen those shows. In this film, she plays a sort of a woman who's having some trouble in her life. She's not doing very well at her job, not really doing very well at her career as an actress, not doing very well with her family and with her parents and her sister, and she's just running into trouble, not doing the right thing according to everybody else, and it's really having a hard time.
Yep.
She happens across one day this very strange sort of young man, Henry Golding, who's a little quirky but charming, and eventually she gets to like him and they develop a relationship. But he's not only a little quirky, but he's not always there. He's like gone and he comes back, and it's hard for her because she starts to again develop this emotional attachment to him, but he's never around, sort of, and so she gets sort of
Can't depend on him.
a little upset and a little stressed.
Yeah.
Eventually, and then we don't want to give away the story, but we find out more about her, some secrets in her past. We find out more about him, and then it's all sort of, you know, winds up, and it's all around the Christmas season, so it's again very Christmassy. What did you think of it, Grandma?
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was really, really well done. The actors are outstanding. The story was very interesting. You know, it gripped you. You were involved in what's going to happen next here. This was really, really interesting story. Last Christmas is a song that
It is a song.
that is sung from time to time because it's a Christmas season.
Yes, it's a famous George Michael song, and there's a lot of George Michael songs in the movie because she's a big George Michael fan. The character, her character.
And she's trying to earn a living as a singer, although
and
she's not doing well.
The story is very, 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 very loosely, roughly based on the song, but that's the connection. So, Grandma, any more you got to say about that?
I thought it was just fascinating. You know, it was really well done. The actors were terrific, and the watcher of the movie was really interested in what was going to happen to these two people. No hints at the beginning, you know, as to how this was going to turn out. So you had to follow it. You had to follow. It was very well done, I thought. What did you think?
Well, I tell you, I started off wondering about this film. Again, it didn't seem particularly good or particularly interesting. I mean, the actors were good. It was, well produced and everything, and
Yes.
funny from time to time. But I wasn't sure whether this was really going to amount to anything. But over time, again, you really develop feelings for these characters and where they're going and what they're doing. And again, it's really hard to not give away this movie. But when it gets to the sort of the twists in the story towards the end, you really see at that point where you are with these characters and the story, and it really it does grab you, and you do
You're involved with
get
it.
some feeling for what's happening to these two characters. And I would recommend it. It's a really nice Christmas story. Again, I think that it will it'll become a Christmas favorite in years to come, probably, because it's a pretty good movie. So what would your final rating on this one be, Grandma?
Oh, this is a 2-thumb movie. This is definitely a 2-thumb.
Surprise, surprise.
It's not a 1.5, which is a good rating. This is a best rating. This is a good film.
I think you liked it.
I did. The characters are interesting. The story is gripping. You want, good things to happen to these people.
Mm-hmm.
And you're pulled in to their personal life and what's happening. It was very well done and very well acted. The story was interesting, gripping, very good. It's a 2-thumb movie. I sincerely recommend it. You can go and see it and enjoy all of the above acting.
Okay.
Yes, the story, all of
Yes.
that.
Yes. Okay.
What about you?
I already said I liked it.
Oh, you.